Welcome to Reptiletopia.
Hey!
So in this time, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for coming.
So what we're gonna go get some. Hey! We're having fun, right? So we're gonna help find some snakes.
Yes. I want to keep some snakes, but I don't really understand about snakes. So
I can help you.
I need your help.
I know a little bit.
Oh,
I like snakes too.
I think not a little bit. You know so many about snakes.
I know a lot about snakes.
Okay, so we are going to my.
Snakes have no legs.
We are going to my friend's stores. It's the biggest store in Jakarta.
Okay.
So let's go. We are going there.
Okay, sounds good. You didn't tell me the traffic would be like this.
Oh, it's very.
It's crazy, guys.
Okay.
Shit, I'm ready to get back to LA where the traffic is normal. This is a jungle out there. It used to be a garden.
In Jakarta, you will see like any building outside, no jungle.
Yeah, no jungle. It is a jungle. People and motorcycles and cars.
Yes. And then, so this is your first time to going to.
First time.
Oh, what do you think about?
I haven't seen one snake here yet, so I can't wait to see some snakes.
Okay. So tomorrow you'll be on Surabaya.
Right.
And then you are going to Taman Mini, right? Museum Komodo Museum.
Yeah.
In Taman Mini. So it's going to be lit. Many your friends?
I can't wait to meet every one of them. You know what? Indonesia is my #1 fan base. So
seriously,
I love it. I get more.
Oh my God.
More #1 in the world. #1 city on earth for me.
In your YouTube?
And you know what? My favorite snakes come from here.
What snake?
Reticulated pythons.
Reticulated python.
So how in the heck do you beat that, right?
Yeah. So
I got the coolest people, the coolest snakes, and my biggest fan base all in one place. Win-win.
One more. You must try Indonesian food.
Oh, we'll see how that is.
Have
we'll
you
see.
tried Indonesian food?
So far, I had Indonesian food that seemed more Chinese.
Chinese food, yeah.
But I like Chinese food, so it ain't gonna take much. So I'm excited. I can't wait. Are we gonna eat before we go or after we go?
So I think after we go. We go to our store. Store first.
Sounds good. I want to see the snakes anyway. Start singing or anything in this?
Oh.
We want this popular video, and I heard that if you sing and you turn on the radio and we start, and
being crazy, carpool karaoke.
Right?
Yes. So
I handle snakes. Oh, they hug them and I kiss them. They kill me. I'm sure gonna miss them.
So you already have many snakes in your place,
Yep,
right?
I've always liked snakes since I was very young.
When you go back in your
I'm gonna go from here to whatever city that was,
Surabaya,
and then back to here to the Komodo Museum,
yes,
and meet and greet there, and then I'm gonna go to Komodo Island and all the islands around there, and then I'm gonna go to Bali and do a meet and greet, and then from Bali I'm going to Darwin, Australia, and gonna play with giant crocodiles. When I get bored of that, we're gonna go to Sydney, Australia, and do a meet and greet, and then we're gonna fly to Hawaii and go for a hike for the day, and come home and fly, and come home and sleep.
Okay, we call this J Brewer World Tour.
That's it. Living the dream tour.
Living the dream tour.
There you go. It's a messy job, but you know what? If you're gonna live the dream, you got to live it with a whole bunch of people who are gonna have fun with you. So that's what we're here for. So I'm here to have fun with a whole bunch of people from Jakarta and Australia and Bali and all over the place. So I can't wait.
And my friends, any Indonesian.
First day, by the way.
Yes, they said you're so kind. You reply their direct message or Instagram.
Oh, I try my best because I really, honestly, if I had enough time, I'd meet.
Told me, come fast to my store. I can't wait to see Jay. Go to Komodo Island. You will see very big Komodo.
Big Komodos.
Wild
maybe feed a few, maybe touch a few.
Yes.
Maybe say hi to a few, but hopefully I keep all my fingers.
Okay, so we arrived at my friend's store, so let's go.
Okay, sounds good.
We arrived at my friend's store. Here's the biggest store in Jakarta.
Okay.
So I'm gonna buy some snake, but I don't really understand about snake.
Okay, good.
So
let's
will
go
you
over.
Teach
some of
me
them.
how to pick some snakes.
Okay, good.
Let's
Sounds
go.
good. So you kind of know what you're kind of looking for,
Yes,
right? Okay. Let's go look.
I want to find 5
Okay.
snakes.
Okay, 5 snakes.
Yes. So,
What kind are you thinking about?
I think number 1 is ball python, right?
A ball python?
Yes.
Ball pythons
can
make
you
awesome
pick
pets.
me
Number
some-
1 pet, best
Oh,
pet.
I think that one is nicer.
That one's very beautiful looking. I did notice he's very hungry.
Seriously.
Yeah. See how he's ready to eat right now? So he has a good food response, so that's a good sign that he's a good snake. He's got good color. He's a little bit thin, but he looks really healthy, to be honest. His tongue,
this
everything.
one is ball python, right? It's for beginner.
Yes,
Wait.
very, very good pet.
Oh, this is for the first number 1.
Very number 1
Okay.
for the either corn snakes, milk snakes, or ball pythons. I think are the best snakes for beginners.
Is ball python.
I like
Okay.
one of those. One of those is the beginner. Depends if you're looking for pythons or like a colubrid. So as far as a python works, I think a ball python is excellent.
Okay, where is the ball python for?
What's that? Africa?
Oh, this is for Africa.
Yeah. Now this is a morph.
Oh, this is a more.
Yeah. I'm not positive what morph it is.
Okay, but a spider.
orange glow. I mean a spider. Oh gosh, my brain.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell the
Banana spider.
I'm gonna ask the seller.
Okay.
So, what kind of ball python is this one?
Banana spider.
This one pinstripe collar blue.
Pinstripe coral glow. This one is the high morph of.
So this should probably a boy because most are boys.
So, how to sexing the snake is?
So he's basically you just sex him like that.
So it's a male.
Yeah, that's a boy. Let's show it off a little bit, I guess.
Okay. What is ball python food? How to feed them?
So basically, ideally in a ball python, you want to feed them a minimum of once every 7 days.
Yes.
Depend on their body weight and what you're doing. So if a male's breeding, you need to feed them at least every 7 days, maybe even more often. Because you know, of course, when they're breeding, they're courting the female, they're going to wear themselves out. If it's just a pet, once a week is great. When they get really adult, big size, you can go every 10 days, no problem.
This one is
This
still
one's
baby or
medium. This one's
size,
medium. Yeah.
juvenile size. Okay.
Yeah.
So I take this one. Can you find another snake?
Okay. Do you want to do you want to breed snakes or just pets?
I just want to keep and then maybe breed.
Maybe later, right? That's what
Like
happens.
you.
So a lot of people collect
You
snakes and
inspired
then
me to breeding some.
there you go.
snakes.
Well, you know, there's nothing wrong with having them as pets.
Yes.
But it's fun to have them as pets and let them do what they naturally do, and that's make babies.
Okay.
Right?
It's so breeding snake is so worth it, right?
What's that?
It's so worth it. breeding
Well, I
some
mean,
snake.
it's fun to see life come from an egg. You know, you get the egg. You get pretty excited when you get the egg, and then you
That
get really
experience,
excited
right?
when you hatch it. And you know, so it's after you hatch an egg, you'll never forget it.
Okay. So after that, I think I'm going
So
to
this
some
is
best snake.
okay.
I
Good.
take this.
I think this is a great snake. I can tell he's very hungry. He's ready to eat. I think he'll eat even
He can
after
eat me?
holding him. Nah.
Oh.
But whenever a snake is looking around, really alert, that usually is a good sign that he's hungry.
Oh, okay.
And so I can tell he's ready to eat.
I take that one. So I think I should.
What about a Burmese?
Oh, this one is Burmese.
Yeah.
It's good for beginner.
I love it. You know, Burmese is not necessarily ideal for all beginners, but if you want a larger snake, a Burmese python is fantastic.
Oh, so the beginner's python can be a big snake.
Yeah, a big snake and a tame snake. This one looks really nice right there, that
How
albino
about
right there.
that one? Also same, right? That one?
Yeah, what's
That's a
that?
Burmese also?
That's a Burmese too. Burmese, and it looks like it's possible het green.
Possible head green. How do you see that possible
Well, I
head
don't
green?
know. Am I right or wrong?
Oh.
I don't even know. So this one's not very aggressive. This is a really, really perfect health snake, perfect weight. Everything looks fantastic on it. You want to know what sex it is? We can do that again. So this looks like it's going to be a girl, and it's a girl. So now a girl's going to have a dead end and a little.
Oh, so this one is female, right?
That's a female, correct?
Okay.
But this won't go with that one.
This ring.
They're both pythons, but this one's from Indonesia, Malaysia, right?
Yes.
And then
This one Africa.
that's from Africa. So, but
What?
they've bred them together before.
Seriously? They can breed.
It's been done. But really, honestly, it's not very. Very low success rate. Pretty amazing snake, to be honest. They're beautiful.
So this one is albino Burmese.
Correct.
Okay. So what they eat? Also
This here eats, no. Well, this at this size, it's going to eat basically A large rat once a week is fine.
Once a week.
It depends how big you want to get.
Okay,
How much
so-
you feed it depends how big it's going to get.
This one is albino type. Burmese have many types.
Many types. There's patternless ones, which we call greens. There's pied ones that are white and dark. There's hypo ones. There's caramel albinos. There, so there's a few kinds.
Okay, so
But this one here is the more established kind, and honestly, it makes a great pet.
this one is the big snake. So this will be bigger.
This snake, if you feed it a lot, if you feed it twice a week and you feed it large prey items, you don't want to feed anything too big. But if you consistently feed him twice a week for long periods of time and keep growing his food size, he can get very large, up to maybe.
I think it is less than 1 year.
Maybe, well, depends on. Well, I'm not as big as I'm talking, because I had one of these one times that was over 100 kilos.
It's so very big.
So way over, probably 120 kilos. So it depends on the genetics too, but but you know what? You don't have to make them that big. If you keep him on one rat every 10 days, he's going to stay small forever. So, great pet.
I think I take this too.
You know what? That'd be my first pick. What other kind are you looking at?
I think
boa?
I'm looking for a boa. It's
Okay.
good.
Boas are good. I'm not as, boas aren't my favorite, but there's no reason except that they're just different. Boas, of course, are different. They're going to have live babies instead of eggs.
Oh, they don't.
So pythons lay eggs, and boas typically have live babies. There are some sand boas that lay eggs. Most people don't know that.
Is it easy to breed?
But not really. I don't think so. The only difference is you don't have to incubate them. But if you have your temperatures wrong, you're going to not end up with babies anyway. So it's the same with breeding any snake.
We have many boa here.
Yeah. So
Which one?
this one here is probably a Central American, with the
boa.
background, so it's not going to get as big. They have a tendency of staying smaller. It's a smaller boa.
So it's not a bigger boa, right? It's
Yeah,
big.
so it depends on this one up here is a Guyana or a Suriname. That's going to get larger. That's going to be these can get larger genetically.
Because it's
It's Suriname or Guyana. I'm not sure which one it is exactly from here. Plus, it depends what people name them, because a lot of times when they collect them, the same place right by each other, and then one person catches it, buys it, and it's been really caught and carried by somebody else to another country right across the road, and then now it's become a Suriname boa when it was really a Guyana boa. It looks more like a Guyana to me, to be honest, but I'd have to see it down the light a little bit.
This one is Central American.
This is an anathoristic Central American, which means it's missing its red pigment, and it's a male. It looks like it is a boy. Now with boas, you can almost tell almost all the time because they got a big spur and their tail is real long.
So it's male.
So yeah, this is a boy. So it's tapered. So it's like on a ball python, they look the same. On a Burmese, they look the same. But on a boa, the tail is really long. See, this is where the vent is, and there's the tail. So it's very long, stays the same shape for a long time, and then tapers from the very end. So another way you can do a boa, if you're not super experienced to sex them, you just take them right here and you pull your thumb, put some pressure on it, and then all of a sudden you'll feel the end, and that means it's a boy. So it's hemipenes come. So squeeze it a little bit tight. Right there. Now pull, and then you'll feel like a rubber band at the end. You feel it?
Oh, okay. Yes.
That's the end of them, and so you'll bing, bing,
So
a little
it's
pop.
male.
That's a boy.
So this one can be.
I actually kind of shocked myself. I was in Australia a couple weeks ago, and I watched a diamond python crawling on the ground, and it made me feel like everybody wouldn't believe me that I just caught it, but I just caught it, and I didn't pick it up yet, and I go, oh, a female diamond python. And then I thought in the video, everybody thinks I caught it beforehand, but I really sexed it while it was crawling on the ground. Picked it up, and I went, dang, it's a female. So
Cannot be a bigger, more
this kind is going to stay smaller. It's going to probably be under 8 feet, 6 feet, probably more likely, around 6 feet. It's a beautiful snake. It's a beautiful anathoristic. This is a really nice looking one, to be honest. I mean, if you want a boa that's not going to get as big, that's the one I'd buy.
So their color dark into the light.
Right.
All of the boa.
It's funny because this is anathoristic, it actually looks, and it has a head boa. Yeah, so it looks. So if you were to show me that, I would just the head, I would think it was a Peruvian boa because of the colors, but because it's anathoristic, it is not. It's a Central American that looks like a Peruvian boa.
I'm gonna search some color breed. Like milk snake, corn snake.
Yeah. What do we got to choose from? I like lizards. They're cool. Got a tegu.
No, tegu.
Tegus
I like
are
snake right
awesome.
now.
It's okay, but tegus are cool.
You make me crazy with the snakes.
Okay, I get it.
For some snake.
I like lizards too. I got big Salvatores. Have you ever seen my
I see.
big
This
tegus? I like everything.
I agree. Snow motley, corn snake.
He has a lot of retics too.
Snow motley.
I like now motleys are cool because when you breed them together, you get a super motley and they're striped. They're very beautiful.
So motley with motley become a super motley.
Correct, and they make very nice striped babies. Corn snakes you can't go wrong with. They're good for kids. They're good for anybody. They're good for education. They don't, they just really good pets.
But many Indonesian people say it's like candy.
Well, I
Their
mean,
color.
that's right, because they come in so many colors. But if you came to my shop and you looked at my retics, you'd say they're like candy too, but supersized.
So sometimes I
Big
see
candy.
some color breed, they have two heads in their heads.
Well, yeah, I've had a two-headed retic, but it didn't live.
Oh,
So I
really?
mean, anything happens when you breed thousands of babies. You get the birth defects. A lot of people think it has to do with inbreeding. Nothing to do with inbreeding.
It can be alive.
What's that? Absolutely. I had a two-headed rat snake for 14 years, and I had a two-headed king snake for 12 years. Two heads. So when are you going to hurry up and make them for me? I need a new one.
I think
So maybe you buy a pair.
If I'm confused, I will ask you.
Okay, well, I don't know how to do it because I even bred my two-headed king
How to
snake,
succeed the
and I
little
tried.
snake? This one is
So now here's the funny part with these, you can actually see through it, and this is a boy. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. It's not, it's a little bit small, but, so this here is a boy.
Oh, it's a
So you
boy.
can actually see through the skin and see his penises. So you can actually see through the skin, so I actually can see by looking at its tail that it was a boy. Plus, when it gets older, it'll be like a boa, it'll have a long tail. It'll be real obvious.
Thank you so much.
And this is a great pet, make a great
I'll
pet.
take this one.
Fabulous.
One last snake.
Okay, what are you
I
gonna
think
get?
I'm gonna buy my country snake. Take it right there.
Okay.
It's good.
Well, I told you what it
I
would
want to
take.
keep like your
You know
snake.
what? If you start with a baby, there's almost no way he's gonna get. He doesn't. A lot of people have this fantasy that you buy a retic and then one day you're out, in school and you come home the next day and it's 20 feet long. That's a fantasy. It's not real. You'll never have a 20-foot retic unless you work really hard for a long time to make a 20-foot retic. You're gonna have to get the right snake. You're gonna have to feed it a lot of food. You're gonna have to be really good at taking care of it. You're gonna have to clean its cage a lot. You're gonna have to keep everything pristine.
So I think the food is more expensive than the snake.
That is it. That is very true. Now, if you want to have one as a pet and you just want it to be healthy, you feed it once a week. If you feed it something about the size around it is, so like this here, so like this one here, this is beautiful. Caramel.
Yeah, caramel right
Yeah,
there.
this is an Indo caramel. Perfect snake. It'll breed if you decide. Here's one fun thing about an Indo caramel. So this Indo caramel has the ability to make white snakes, purple snakes. You can make, depending on what you breed it to, you can make different colored snakes.
With
And
this
so it's
one,
correct. And then there's a whole bunch of other morphs that you can put on top of it. There's codominant morphs like platinum, motley, tiger, sunfire. All those morphs can be combined into one snake, and eventually you can make 100, literally 150 kinds of snakes out of this one snake. With if you bought a female, you can literally make like 100 kinds of snakes with this one female.
How about to feed them?
What's
It's
that?
Same.
Feed them once a week. So this here looks like a boy, and it's a boy.
It's true. It's male.
Right, that's a boy. Now you can see that the snakes have two, what they called hemipenes.
Yeah. So I think I will take this one also. So I
This is a
think-
beautiful snake.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
And you know, I like to pick snakes sometimes, so I have patterns that I remember. So you see, this one has one circle. See the one circle
yes,
right
this
there?
one, right.
So look at this. If you look, sometimes you can find hearts on them, all different shapes. This one has a lot of straight, like a stripe down its back. It's got a lot of fun pattern in it. It's a very pretty snake. I think it's, it's beautiful.
I'll take this one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Oh.
for your time.
No problem.
I'm going to pay.
Okay.
I think it will be expensive. All of these.
Well, you know what? Nothing good's cheap.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Oh, there you go. Okay, pleasure
thank you so
helping
much.
you out. Have an awesome day.
Ya, sekarang Jadi, setelah Mr. J-nya balik, sekarang kita mau bayar-bayaran nih ya. Kira-kira sampai berapa juta ini?
Yang mana nih?
Kita tadi dari yang pertama dulu, yang BP Bawa Python itu Bawa Python apa?
Pinstripe Coral Gold.
Pinstripe Coral Gold itu harganya
5 juta.
5 juta. 5 juta, terus abis itu ke Burmese, albino Burmese.
Albino.
Iya.
Itu 5 juta juga.
5 juta juga, berarti udah 10 juta ini ya.
Iya.
Jadi bawahnya kira-kira berapa itu?
2 juta.
Kena 2 juta. Terus kalau breed tadi yang Snow Motley?
Snow Motley itu 1,5.
1,5. Terus abis itu Retic Caramel.
Caramel itu 1,5 juga.
1,5, jadi ya totalnya ya segini lah ya. Terus kalau teman-teman yang mau belanja, ada toko offline-nya kan ini ya?
Iya.
Terus toko offline-nya alamatnya ada di sini. Toko online-nya juga ada di Instagram, di
Online
Tokped
ada
mungkin.
di Instagram, di Tokopedia.
Ada di sini
Facebook.
juga ya. Terus ada buat teman-teman yang mau belanja di sini. Oke, jadi kalian tinggal chat ke kontak personnya, terus kalian pakai kode Reptiletopia Savera, nanti kalian dapat diskon berapa? 10% ya?
10%.
Oke, jadi jangan lupa belanja di sini. Thank you banget udah perkenalan gue gerbek toko lo ya.
Iya,
Thank you
oke.
banget.